Good morrow, my sweet strangers. Let's add another simple and super delicious recipe to our Christmas cookie collection. You can bake them all in one day and at the last minute as I usually do. Again, I'm using the weight measures because the nuances in the cups are too big to get this recipe right. Start by measuring 5.3 ounces of all-purpose flour. As you know, I like to sift the powder ingredients to air them and get rid of any lumps. Next, measure 0.7 ounces of vanilla sugar and add it to your flour. If you don't have one, use regular sugar instead and add a dash of vanilla extract later. Now measure 3.5 ounces, which is about 7 tablespoons, of real unsalted butter. Seriously, no substitutes. That is what makes the cookies so tender and melt in your mouth. Measure 1.8 ounces of blanched almonds. That is without the brown skins. Put them into your blender and blend them into very fine crumbs. The finer, the smoother the batter. And add them to your other ingredients. Remember that you can find all the ingredients and types of measure in the description box below. And the last thing we need is 1 egg yolk. Separate it from the egg white any way it goes. Put it into your mixture. And now you can also add that dash of vanilla extract if you didn't use the flavored sugar. And turn on your blender at low speed. When the dough starts getting thick, which might take about 6 minutes, transfer it on a floured pastry board and knead it well until it gets well blended. Form a ball, place it on a little plate, and then cover it with plastic wrap. It's best to leave it in the fridge overnight, but if you don't have the time luxury, just leave it in there until you finish your other batters, maybe linters, and then continue. Next day, pull the dough out of the fridge ahead, so it has time to soften up into a workable condition. And it's time to make our crescents. I'm using a meal attachment you can buy online, but don't worry if you don't have one. It is very common to make crescents by rolling them on a pastry board. Lightly flour your pastry board, knead your dough to make it smooth again, and cut a smaller piece so it's easier to work with. Make about 1/2 inch thick rolls and cut them into 1.5 inch long pieces. Then, shape them into little crescents by bending them slightly. But if you can get the little gizmo, it will make the job much neater and faster. Just watch. Place them evenly on a lined baking sheet and put in a preheated oven at 350 Fahrenheit for about 6 to 10 minutes. But watch them carefully at the beginning to see how hot is your oven. They just need to turn barely pink, not be white and not brown. In a little bowl, mix confectioner's sugar and vanilla sugar to coat still hot crescents. Use a fork to transfer them carefully into your sugar bowl. Try to not crush them or burn yourself. Roll them in sugar and carefully place them on a plate. Let fully cool down before placing in a storage container. These are definitely a Christmas must. Your guests will be melting after they taste them. So tender and fragile. And they last for weeks. Well, if you have enough of them, of course. Thank you for watching and have a merry and peaceful Christmas. And please like, comment and subscribe.